Rise and shine, my new literature club member.
You're a morning person, I take it?
Everyone's a morning person. It's just a matter of having a structured routine.
Is it now? Funny, I have a structured routine and I still feel like death every morning. I'll take your word for it. Also, I never said I'd be joining your literature club.
I know you didn't, but I also know you will. I know quite a lot of things. One might even say everything.
Sounds like you're a good person to have in my corner, then.
Indeed I am. Pleasantries aside, there's actually a reason I contacted you. You and me, meet in the music club room at lunch. What do you say?
Sorry, I said I don't play an instrument.
That's not what this is about. I just want to get to know you. Also, I know what you're thinking, and it's wrong. This isn't about the literature club or the music club or my reputation. What interests me is you. If that sounds enticing, all you need to do is say yes.
Monica wants to spend lunch with me today. I'm sorry, Monica. I'm trying to go for Notsky this time, okay? Look, we gotta do it. Sorry, I've already promised to spend lunch with someone else.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Popular. I'd asked for a rain check, but, well...
I'll make it up to you later.
You'd better, you little heartbreaker, you.
You'll get your turn, Monica. You'll get your turn. Somehow, over text, she still makes me blush. I'll be friend Notsky. I'm not watching the TV anymore, okay? I don't think there's anything new in there. And if there is, I don't care. I'm no Monica. I don't have the temperament for debate. Not in a million years. What was that in response to? What was the thing? Oh yeah, when if you debated that with an actual person and they would mock you or whatever. Like, those people, well, they don't know the value of, like, being ready for things. Hey, let's actually see the miso butter cookies. I don't think we actually saw them. I've never actually had this kind of cookie before. I kind of want to try the miso butter cookies.
Fancy yourself a man of fine taste, eh? Think we can make it even better by adding some sesame seeds?
The butter, miso, and sugar are currently stirring in a stand mixer.
Yo, I'm gonna mix and sift all the dry stuff. Can you crack and whisk an egg into a bowl while I do that?
As she sifts the flour and baking powder through a fine mesh sieve, she watches how I handle the egg closely. Delicately, I tap the eggshell against the edge of the bowl, forming a barely stops a crack, before using my fingers to spread the newly bisected egg and releasing the shell. The girl looks away, trying to hide her expression of surprise. I whisk the egg until it's a homogeneous yellow-orange slime, before I slowly pour it into the dough, while still being jostled by the stand mixer. The pink-haired girl then gradually stirs the flour mixture into the dough as it continues to mix. After the bowl of flour is emptied, she sets the stand mixer to high. As the flour mixture incorporates, I sprinkle a handful of flour onto the countertop. She coats her hands with some flour as well, before she shuts the mixer off and retrieves the lump of dough. With the dough in both hands, the pink-haired girl rolls it up into a ball, before bisecting it with a dough scraper, and then splits the two into four. I've noticed that most of, like, the typos in this mod have been where they have, like, the same word or phrase just repeated unintentionally. The both of us get to work rolling the individual dough balls into cylindrical shapes. Once appropriately shaped, I take a few handfuls of black sesame seeds and scatter them onto a cookie sheet. We roll the dough cylinders over the sesame seeds until all sides are coated. Once this is done, we cut up the cylinders into small discs. The dough thusly divided into 20 cookie-like shapes. All that's left to do is distribute them to 2 separate cookie sheets and pop them in the oven. She breathes a satisfied exhale as the preheated oven gets to work, baking her concoction. We did it! The air is fragrant with both the sweetness of sugar and the complex, savory notes of the miso. Said aroma only grows stronger after the pink-haired girl swings the oven door open, blasting our faces with a rush of heat and tantalizing sweet and savory.
Well, hello there, my lovelies.
She breathes in deeply, using her hand to coax the aroma into her nostril like chefs always do. There it is, the results of our labor. Let's be honest, the results of her labor. I didn't do anything. If these cookies end up being at all decent, it's because of her. And if not, it'll be because of me. I'm sorry, pink-haired stranger. Sorry you need to carry this dead weight, but this will only be for another hour or so. After that, you'll never have to put up with...
Yo, let's get these bitches onto a plate!
She slips on a pair of mittens and extricates the cookie sheet from the oven as I close it behind her. The cookies are laid out on their sheets, and in the light their gorgeous golden hue is made apparent. The sides of the cookies are dotted with black sesame seeds, providing a nice color contrast. In its subtlety, the aroma is unmistakably of Japanese make. The sweetness of the sugar tastefully undercut by the umami of the miso. It's not the sort of profile you find anywhere else. Funny thing that, to think that something usually associated with soup could... You mean usually associated with soup could find a place in...
Oh, yeah, whatever the cookies. Or are you gonna eat one?
The pink-haired girl's colorful imagery snaps me on my brain tangent, and I notice she's already halfway through her own cookie. I didn't even pay attention to her reaction. She takes another bite of her cookie, staring me down with a furrowed brow. I come to the somewhat bold conclusion that she's given me permission to try a cookie myself. I notice her eyeing me up as I gingerly take one of the cakes into both hands. Is she studying my reaction? Don't need the second E in eyeing. Cookie. I bite into it. It responds with a satisfying crunch, and the complex flavors fill my mouth. The miso hits harder and faster, causing a zinging sensation in the back of my mouth. And then the sugar gently introduces itself, undercutting the miso's umami and overtaking it with a soft and sweet touch.
Ha! You know, if you want to keep up this gloomy emo persona, you'll have to work on your poker face.
It's amazing. My eyes are damn near tearing up from the flavor.
Well, yeah, I am the best after all.
The two of us enjoy the rest of our cookie in silence. Before long, one of the instructors passes by and retrieves a cookie for herself. The pink-haired girl wears an expression of anticipation. Notably lacking any sort of definition, well-founded.
Excellent work as usual. The bottom of the cookie is overly browned, likely due to using a dark-colored cookie sheet. But I'm sure we can chalk that up to outside interference.
Well, how are we chalking it up to outside interference if we just chalked it up to a dark-colored cookie sheet? You know what? You can go fuck yourself, lady.
I'm sorry. Well, accounting excuses me. I'm blah blah. Outside interference. As for you, young gentleman without the proper papers, get your act together.
The instructor strides out, and then we complain about grown-ups, and we move on with our lives. Yup, you sure are. I probably messed up something.
Oh, shut the hell up!
She stuck the cookies in a thing and gave me half of the thing. That's what those boxes said. I'll go back and read them. God. I promptly do as the pink-haired girl commands. She produces 2 plastic containers from a drawer, placing 9 of the cookies inside of it and sealing it with a lid. She inserts the filled container in her backpack and, before zipping it closed and saddling it onto her back. And that signals the end of class. Oh my knogs. Whatever. I sling my backpack on my shoulder and turn to silently leave the classroom, only to be...
Yo!
This time, her outburst was audible in the entire class. Some look, most continue on.
Not just gonna leave her half of the cookies.
My face reddens and I scramble to say something half coherent. No, I couldn't possibly.
Didn't I just tell you to shut the hell up?
With a look of frustration and disappointment on her face, she aggressively throws down the remaining 8 cookies into the second container before sealing it up. She thrusts the container into my face. For some reason, neither of us can look the other in the eyes as I hesitantly accept it and stuff it into my backpack. Pink-haired girl and I are the last ones out the door behind the surging tide of estrogen, and away we go. I heft my backpack and feel the weight of the cookies inside of it. Still, maybe she is nice after all. As I ponder this, move along. Alright. Well, gosh, we told Monica we weren't going to spend our lunch with her. I'm just gonna go to the library. Bye, Yuri. Bye, Yuri. Alright. No, we're gonna quick skip. We're just gonna get out of here. Bye. It'll do. Those cookies she made were pretty damn good, and I even got to take some home with me. Yeah. Natsuki. Wow. Where are we going now? But before long, I know it's time for this little game of pretend to be over. But rather than turn on my heel and go back the way I came, I decided instead to take the scenic route. Well, as scenic as the quiet, isolated back streets of the suburbs get anyway. So where will we end up this time? We're not going to the coffee shop, or the train station. It's a totally different vibe in the back streets, but one I nonetheless still appreciate. It offers a peaceful serenity that is diametrically opposed to the energetic bustle of downtown Sarabatu, the quietude of nature without all the nasty dirt and bugs. Only, something disturbs that quiet. A crying baby? It sounds like a baby crying. Not just crying, either. Screaming, as if in imminent and endangering distress. Where's its mother? And what exactly would a baby and its mother be doing down on one of these backstreet alleyways? Then, my heart sinks into my stomach at the most horrid possibilities imaginable. What if someone had left this child out here to die in the rain? Perhaps even to drown. It's not like stuff like that doesn't happen. There's a whole slew of reasons why a baby could end up being unwanted and discarded. No, 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 no. Now's not the time to be navel-gazing. I need to do something. Securing the umbrella over my head with both hands, I sprint down the alleyways, navigating the shaded paths by the sound of the infant's vocalizations. Ugh, that's shaking. I slow my run as I come closer and closer to the sound. Finally, I round a corner and call out. Hello? Is anyone... What? A recording? What? Who? Why? 1,000 questions flicker in my head all at once till the light of the lone TV situated at the alley's end, somehow still functioning, rain-soaked as it is. Then, as I peer about the alley, lit only by the TV's fitful screen, it feels as though the walls are advancing upon me like the rusted teeth of a car crusher. Every last survival instinct in my body screams at me to turn and run. So that's just what I do. I don't know what the hell this is, and I don't intend to find out. That was quite a disturbing thing to find. My breath comes out in shaky, uncertain panting, visible in the cold air in front of me as little white wisps of vapor. I put my hand to my chest to settle my frantically pulsating heart, slow my breathing, and return my mind to a more analytically capable state. The familiarity of the streets before me eases my nerves somewhat, but I know I won't be able to relax completely, not even when I get back to my house. Encountering something so completely inexplicable, there's nothing else like it to remind you. Nowhere and no one is safe. Being that this neighborhood is within walking distance of Sarabatu High and all, there's gotta be more than a few kids my age around here, right? I drop my backpack to the floor and zip it open before extracting the plastic container with my half of the cookies. Damn, it looks like they got a little beat up in transit. The cold air inside the fridge crashes against me as I open the door. Yeah, we're eating cookies. Looks like it's cookies for dinner. I crack open the container's cover and cop a couple cookies, or a couple cookies worth of chunks and crumbs. Anyway. You know, if you said clumps instead of chunks, it would be more alliteration, because I can tell you're going for alliteration with those. And there's the bully. I roll over and open my eyes to the window just above my head. I stare outside to a scene stretching before me that I can barely see. Such is the rain and fog, and sigh. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little queasy. Hope I'm not getting sick. Either way, I'm not going to sleep like this. A little early for that anyway, but what else do I even have to do with my time? Play some video games. Video games. Video games. I guess we've looped all the way back around to Soul and Swords again. Schwing. Guess I didn't even notice I had been munching on the cookies this whole time. Yeah, let's check that mirror. I mean, we're still going for Natsuki, and I think we're able to make it happen. But I'm still kind of surprised at how things are going. There's like a lot of weird stuff happening right now, and like Monica's apparently meta aware, and there's like baby laptops sit down alleys and stuff. I suspect about the only thing I can think of to explain that might be that would be like a trap the slasher might have put down. Like, think about it. If they're targeting women and they want to lure somebody in, that's exactly how they would do it, right? They would put out a recording of a fake baby crying. Then when some hapless woman goes to check it out, they get slashed. Oh, it's Kusei. Say hello, Kusei. Hello? How's it sound? Like it came out of a phone speaker?
Ha! Your candor is appreciated, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about that. Unless you were to come listen to me in person.
What song was that, anyway? It sounds really familiar.
I don't doubt that. I've got a side hustle going on as a freelance music transcriber, you see. Essentially boils down to writing sheet music for pop songs most of the time. That was one such song, so if it sounded familiar, that means I'm doing a good job.
Huh. And producers just contract random high school kids to write these transcriptions?
I'm just a random high school kid, huh?
That's not what I meant. Sorry. I mean, to me, you're not some random high school kid, of course, but to big shot music producers.
Haha, relax. I'm messing with you. I know what you mean. In theory, you and I aren't even a blip on the radar to the record producers of these songs. But what if I told you that at one point, I was something of a big shot myself?
Huh. What kind of big shot?
Only the best and brightest. Japan's up-and-coming piano prodigy, mastered Rachmaninoff. At age 9, a steel machine of a boy who played faithfully to the soul, always.
From the derisive tone of Kusei's voice, I can tell he does not look fondly upon his past self. So, what happened? How did cold steel become warm flesh?
You have quite a way with words, don't you, Hallie? I can see why Monica likes you so much.
I should let you get back to work then.
Have a fun day at school, Hallie.
Yeah, you too. I need to hang up in time for Natsuki to slap me. You take your breath after hanging up. Kusei is a great guy and really fun to talk to. So why? She's gonna slap me. Here it comes. Why is it that whenever I speak to him, I feel so nervous?